So I kind of want to title this one the economic news and financial money update video that you already knew because I just briefly watched another video on YouTube that explained how 80% of Americans are burning through their savings, spending more and more of their discretionary income, and only the richest 20% are going to be able to make it through this. And I was warned in the beginning of this video that I watched that time is running out. So yeah, I can't help but laugh because this is literally just we were just reliving the life that we had already known prior to 2020, 2019, prior to any potential strain on the economy or increase in interest rates or inflation or recession or war or whatever it may be. This is all standard. This is all standard issued routine. Some people make it, some people don't. Okay. Some people have money, some people don't. Some people will do better, some people won't. It's the truth. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and spout off and regurgitate and repeat every statistic and headline and all the news that you already knew. I'm going to try to bring you guys something a little different, maybe something that you haven't quite thought about before. And this comes from, and no offense to the creator, the YouTuber who created this video, and I understand why he makes these videos. It's to inform, it's to educate, but more importantly, it's a vehicle, it's a vessel. Kind of like when you had to give your kids medicine or take medicine when you were younger. You know, your parents would probably like hide it in some sort of food that you really like to eat. So you can't just make a video for the sponsor of the video. You have to make a video to insert the sponsor. So it's literally just that. It's a chocolate covered carrot where we're going to provide you with something good that you want and disguise something good for you on the inside, which could be potentially knowledge, information, education, wisdom, advice, or a sponsor that could potentially help you and improve your life, improve your financial situation, but more importantly, help the creator make a fair amount of money by introducing the sponsor, driving viewers to engage in a call to action or a CTA and convert on the sponsorship, or at least the purpose behind the company or the brand sponsoring this creator. Look, I'm all for it, okay? We, in fact, have even begun working with we got a new project we're undertaking where we are literally doing the same thing. So I understand it. I get it. It's a business. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you guys about today, which is essentially the difference, the side of the story that you probably haven't heard before from me, from Kevin, from a creator's perspective. And what I hear is not only that the richest 20% are going to make it, 80%, if we want to use the math and spin it, 80% are blowing through their money and they don't have discretionary spending. I'm looking at this from a business perspective. Okay, so what is this telling me besides what I already knew? But granted, today is probably a little bit more challenging, a little bit more difficult than 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Not to mention the amount of information and the flood of content and speculation and panic, worry, fear, anxiety spread. It just makes it even worse. It makes almost some people have analysis paralysis where they can't even pick and choose and decide where they want to spend their money, if they even have any to spend or credit available to utilize, to swipe. However, what I'm taking from this key takeaway that I'm getting from this is that 80% of your target market, your target consumer is gone. It's gone. So now I have to look at it from the standpoint of, well, if I want to create a business, and in my personal, position, situation, my business is content creation, influencing, so it's social media influencer, YouTube coaching, managing social media management, lifestyle vlog, motivational content. Who is going to be more likely to engage and convert and conduct business and, execute on transactions with me, my company, my business now? The answer to that is only 20%. I should only be focusing on 20%. There's no reason why I would want to focus on the other 80% who don't have any money, who don't have any savings, who aren't going to make it, who are running out of time. It makes no sense. Why try to sell something to someone who can't afford to buy it? Plain and simple. So, with that being said, then I should be making videos and content speaking to my target market, potential buyers. None of this prospecting, none of this handing out flyers and wasting time with that nonsense. Literally creating and producing lead generation that will ultimately convert to sales and dollars and revenue and income and profit. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that if you have a business, if you have a YouTube channel, if you have a social media presence, or you're looking to begin one and you have the resources, the financial means to invest in yourself, then we should have a conversation. We should have a talk. We should have a chat. Maybe it goes somewhere. Maybe it doesn't. But if it does, then we're going to work together to make your vision, your goal, a reality, okay? By engaging and connecting with, guess what? The other 20% out there who have the means, ability, and financial wherewithal to make your bottom line increase your, in the end, the overall net income of your business increase, go up, produce sales, scale your business, make you more money. That's the goal, okay? We're not here trying to sympathize with those who do not have. We're not here to say that it's okay. We're not here to offer these illusions and fantasies of what could be. No, we're going to keep it real. Literally, if you understand exactly what I'm talking about and you would like to have a conversation, chat, and discussion with someone else who understands what you're going through, who has the experience and is currently working with numerous other creators, numerous other businesses that can connect you to make your business grow and improve your situation, while realizing that 80% of the market is pretty much done and toast, and we need to focus on the 20%, well then we need to be all in. We need to be 100% focused on the 20%. Plain and simple. That's it. That's my takeaway. The people who don't have the money, the people who fall into that 80% category, who are running out of savings, who may not make it, who are blowing through their discretionary spending, they will always be that 80%, maybe more, maybe less. But that's not going to change. And trying to cater to them isn't going to necessarily help us in the long run, I don't think. So my interest is going to lean towards certain industries. So we'll go with real estate and automobiles. So as a real estate agent, as a real estate professional, if your clientele provides you with listing opportunities for properties over $1 million, it makes no sense to market these properties as first-time home buyer, affordable housing, discount deal. It doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't do it. It makes zero sense. If you're an automotive manufacturer, if you are Mercedes, BMW, I got to step back on that one because they started introducing some of these entry-level, low-model vehicles that are kind of like price conscious. The ultimate driving machine BMW used to claim they were. Not so much anymore, but we could have that discussion on another video. And Sarah, yes, we can have that discussion on another video. I'm saying that because I don't think that people want to have that discussion here and now on this video. But if you do want to talk cars, we can talk cars. The evolution of cars to today and the evolution of where cars and automobiles will be tomorrow. But Rolls-Royce, Maserati, Ferrari, let's just say Ferrari. So we've got all these automotive manufacturers of all levels introducing their SUV crossover family vehicles. And what does Ferrari do? Well, they mimic Lamborghini and Lamborghini's tremendous success with their Lamborghini Urus, which is essentially somewhat of a Porsche Cayenne or a Audi RSQ8, but different, better. We'll say better, air quotes. So Ferrari says, okay, we'll one up you, Lamborghini. And if you don't know the story between Lamborghini and Ferrari and how that came about, that is a pretty funny and interesting story. And it's almost like that rivalry never stops, okay? But either way, regardless, Ferrari says we are going to introduce the Parasangue. I think I said it correctly, Parasangue. And it's like a $500,000 SUV, okay? And they are not pitching this at people out there looking at buying Honda CRVs or Honda Pilots or Chevy Equinoxes. No, they know who their target market is. They know who their customer base is. They know who their 20% is, okay? And that's who they go after. They go after the ones who can conduct business, the ones who can put money in the bank, okay? The ones that have the financial means of supporting their business and continuing on in this progress. So why would we do anything different? Why would we do anything different? Now, I understand why, and we can get into that into another video, but that's going to be more of a YouTuber's secrets revealed. But what you're doing there is you're banking on views and virality from a large scale audience to be entertained by whatever stories you want to tell them. Whereas if you go the other route, this whole 80-20 scenario, if you go the other route and completely ignore and exclude that and speak to those who understand value, speak to those who are watching Jordan Welch, those who are watching, I think it's, what is that young lady's name? Sanchez. All right, this is going to bug me. I got to pull this out so I can tell you what her name is, because she is absolutely destroying it. And these are also folks who are watching Jordan Welch and Joshua Mayo and Alex Hermosi. And it goes beyond that to a higher level, really, of the content that they're consuming. They're also watching, I'm trying to find this guy that I started watching the other day, but Cody Sanchez. So you got Cody Sanchez, and but the simple fact of the matter is that I had to pull out my MacBook here so I can get my history. But the simple fact of the matter is they are creating content for people on a professional level to connect with professionals who have already reached a certain point that are trying to get to the next point. They're not creating content for the 80% who can't even pay their bills, who can't even make it to Friday, who can't make it paycheck to paycheck. They're not creating content, and they're not talking to them. And it's not because they don't like them, but it's because they've understood and they've identified where they best fit, okay? And so I have to say and do the same. And that is, if you want to begin or have started and need some coaching and motivation and inspiration and back-end analytics and tools and helpful ways in which you can grow, or you have somewhat maybe plateaued, then we should have a talk. We should have a chat. Because I think that there's huge potential out there. There's huge opportunity. And YouTube is also making that change, in my opinion, based on what I'm seeing with the algorithm and what I'm seeing with content and what I'm seeing with my own data, the tests that I continue to conduct left and right, day after day, video after video, live stream after live stream. And they're pretty encouraging, actually. And then, it's like, well, somebody says, it's like, you can look at the margins and say, well, would you rather have a higher volume business, 80%, a higher volume business with lower sales and lower profit, or would you rather have a lower volume business being the 20% with higher sales and higher profit, and also more opportunities for connections and networking and word of mouth referrals and being introduced to situations that are going to put you in a position to be able to create passive income streams, to build businesses, to have investments and assets that will continuously pay you without having to do the work, without having to grind to appeal to those who can't afford anything that you're talking about. Granted, they can, because the key here is that their discretionary spending is being wasted and being blown. So they do have money. They do have money to spend. They do have money that they could save. They do have money that could actually help get them out of the bind and struggles situation that they're in, but they choose not to because they're wasting their discretionary spending. Not to mention, everything costs more nowadays. So if you add those two together, it's a recipe for disaster. So do I want to build my business based on a foundation of a customer base and clientele that is headed for disaster? Or do I want to build my business based on the reputation and possibility and future viability of a customer base that is going to make it, that's going to survive, that's going to carry on, that's going to have the financial means of being able to engage in business with my company? So it's not just for me, it's for everybody. It's for you. It's for anyone who is interested. And I'll even show you a screenshot here. And it says that, if you can read it, only richest 20% of Americans still have excess pandemic savings. Now, this is a little bit of a loaded headline and a play on words and reading between the lines, but if you've made it this far in the video, then I think that we may actually be on the same page. And if you want to connect, then by all means, feel free, reach out. My info is in the description down below. Until next time, you guys take care, be safe. I'll see you real soon.